Okay, welcome back. So as you can see, Igus is quite higher leveled here, and I've got everyone else up to level 42, but in all this grinding, I got a ridiculous number of personas. Look at all of these. So, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the Velvet Room and see if I can fuse some new personas here. Haven't actually gone over this in practice, so this is all gonna be, I don't know, I'm just gonna play it by ear and see what I can fuse out of these. So, enjoy, seeing my discoveries as they happen. So let's see, Virtue, can't... Actually, I can get Pavati. Huh. Only Bufala, though? And at this point, okay, so look at this. Black Frost is level 43, thanks to me using him so much. And I suppose, actually, Pavati's stats aren't that much, worse. Yeah, in fact, her magic is better, but only Bufala... Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. There's really not much that I can pass down to you. But as for others, I'm kind of beyond Seiryu, really. Mataru Undo's alright. That'll require me to give up Nata Taishi, but, you just have Aguilau. I kind of want the Dyne spells by now, but I can't really get them that easily at this point. Kurama Tengu. Actually, I think you learn Garudine eventually, don't you? I'm not entirely sure about that, but I think you do. You get Growth 2 at only one level, but I think I have a better source of Growth 2. I'm a little bit off Yaxini. I can get Narasima, who's actually a very good physical persona. Null slash, strong against instant death and only weak to wind. And Auto-Taro Kaja on you is not that bad. Yeah, there's really not that much more I can hope for in terms of inheritance on you, so let's go ahead and get Narasima. Definitely getting some stronger personas here. I think I remember using you a little bit in the journey. Now let's see if I can get anything else. I definitely want Quetzalcoatl because they have Growth 2 and are one of the easiest sources of that. Hey, I can actually get Thoth now. Zionga, Mahama... Well, you learn Growth 2 in one level. Dominion... Actually, Hama-On is not bad to have against things weak to light. And you eventually learn Endure Dark. Although, this is a pretty good Nata Taishi. If I'm doing that, I probably want to pass down Masuku Kaja. Okay, that's what I wanted. Masuku Kaja, Counter-Strike, Growth 1. So, let's go and get Dominion. I should probably try some Triangle Spread fusions before I fuse away all of these, personas in normal fusions, because... Yeah, taking the average level of all three of them involved, if I've got a lot of level 40s personas, I probably won't be able to make anything out of triple fusing them. Probably want to get rid of High Pixie, but there's not really that much I can get out of these, apart from Taraka, maybe? Although, no, wait, I'm not giving up Narasima. Well, I can get Thoth that way. Actually, wait a minute. Saki Mitama, Black Frost... I don't think it's possible to get Quad Elemental Pavati, because Pavati is weak to one of those elements, and usually personas can't inherit skills of an element they're weak to, so you probably can't inherit Fire. You know, I forgot for a second that I still had Narcissus. I definitely want to get rid of you. Can I make anything decent out of... Not really all that much. I'm gonna go and see what I can do in Triangle Spread. Okay, I can get Nandi. Yeah, there's not really all that much that I can pass down to you. Actually, Rakam isn't bad. I guess I'll go for this. Not really sure I'll be keeping Nandi for very long. But Rakam is not a bad thing to pass down. I remember you from the journey. You were the lowest level Star Arcana persona, so I needed you for, I've actually forgotten his name. I mean, I know the character and I know the social link, but yeah, I think that kind of shows just how forgettable most people find him. Oh, I can get Mott. Although weak to light is unfortunate, but you do have, Null Fear is not that great, but you do eventually learn, Ghastly Wail, I'm pretty sure. Although, Gira Mikal, I like that you repel Slash. If I am going to do this, I'm going to want to get both of the auto skills onto you. And probably Resist Strike as well. Oh, I can get Titania now. Just enough of a level to do so. Unfortunately, you're weak to Thunder, so that might mean that you can't be Quad Elemental either, but getting multiple elements on... In fact, I actually think that Titania does naturally learn a lot of different elements, so I could be thinking of a different Persona game, but... this is kind of unfortunate, because Black Frost... I really like Black Frost, but... Like, Titania has very good magical stats, and Growth 2, Mind Charge, Mediarama... Actually, no, you can inherit Zeo. Okay, then. That's actually pretty cool. Let me see if you can inherit everything else. So what am I fusing here? I'm fusing Dominion, Nandi, and Black Frost. Black Frost does have a lot of great buff skills, too. Okay, you inherited Fire and Wind there. It is possible, but... it's definitely possible. Those are actually good skills too, but I want more elements on you. Actually, wait a minute, I could do Virtue as well, but what does Virtue have? Ah, there we go. Okay, finally. So, that is Aguilar, Bufala, and Mazio. So that is Fire, Ice, Elec. And in one level, you get Magarala. That will make you Quad Elemental. I don't care about Rebellion at all. But Mind Charge, Mediarama, Growth 2 definitely will take that. This is a different fusion combination I found that involved all Mitsunu. But with Saki Mitama, that meant that I could get... I mean, I would like for that Mazio to be Zionga, but I feel like if I try and go for that, this would take even longer than it already is. Oh. Because Aguilar took forever to show up. I mean, I would really like Zionga there, but... See, this is why getting to choose inherited skills in later Persona games is so much better. I'm gonna go for this. Please, please, please don't be an accident. Thank you! Okay, this is amazing! I wanted a, another Quad Elemental Persona because I know Black Frost is amazing, and in fact, like, that skill set on Black Frost, I am unlikely to ever see a skill set that good until very, very near the end of the game. But, like, having those buffs and debuffs in addition to Quad Elements was ridiculous, and healing, but... It's a shame there's no compendium here, because otherwise I would totally register that Black Frost, but... I have a potential Quad Elemental Titania that also has Mind Charge and Growth 2 and healing, so... Plus, Titania, like I said, has really amazing stats for magic, so... I'll definitely take that. Now, is there... Oh, Okuni Nushi is not bad either. Also, another Persona that I wanted was, Kuhulin. Yes, I want them as well, but... Yeah, you learn Argidyne, which is actually pretty good. But that does require me to get rid of Narasima, and that Null Slash is kind of decent. And yet Ubalurus, but once again that requires me to get rid of Narasima, who I don't really want that much. I still like Mott, though. Okay, let's see if I can get Mott with both of the auto skills. And preferably Resist Strike. Okay, those are some weird other skills, but I have both of the auto skills on you. I could get Growth 1, though, and Resist Strike. I'm gonna keep re-rolling. Okay, both of the autos and Growth 1, I think that's fine. Resist Strike is pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and pass down Growth 1. Because like I keep saying, it's harder to level up Personas than the answer. And your coffin looks a lot more pixelated than what I'm used to. Now, I actually think that's all I'll be doing here. Yeah, all of these are pretty decent except for Virtue, but there's not really that much I can make out of Virtue without sacrificing significant things. I definitely don't want to give up Titania, so I'm not getting you. And yeah, this should be fine. So, yeah, that Velvet Room session took a while, wow. I'm going to go ahead and save, because I want to keep this Titania. And then we'll be heading into the next area. In fact, let me just get my team in order first. So, I know a lot of enemies in this area are weak to fire, but it's just a matter of whether to bring Junpei or Koromaru. Let me just quickly check my notes to see which uses wind. Okay, there are quite a few things here that use Mudor, so Koromaru's dark resistance is nice, but there are also a lot of things that use light too, so I think I'm going to go ahead and bring Junpei. In fact, Junpei, Yukari, Mitsuru may actually be the team that I go with, because there's a few things here that are weak to ice, and, well, actually one thing here that's weak to wind. There's one that's weak to light, but I actually do have a light persona now. And, yeah, I don't exactly want to bring Koromaru because there are a few things that use light, and I don't want to bring Ken because there are a few things that use dark. So I think this is the setup that I'll be going with for now. And, oh, right, I almost forgot. Okay, so I'm going to go and I'm going to buy some better armor. Wow, this armor is expensive. Okay, I'll get one of those, and then I'm going to go ahead and I haven't sold the Ebon Heart yet. That was from the Harem Dancer, by the way. I still can't believe I didn't make a Gary Stu in Dancing All Night joke. Well, Dancing Moon Night, actually. Joke for that, though. That was a serious missed opportunity of me. I guess I'll get another Balm of Life. I can get these two, but I have Ken and Koromaru now, so I don't really need them. I actually might as well get another one of those. Already got two of those each. I can make quite a few of these. Actually, I can make a lot of these Protection Sutras. Might as well get a couple of those. They can be useful for bosses sometimes. I'll get one Fierce Sutra too. Okay, you're gonna bump my Revival Bead stock back up to 15. And I may as well get some more of these, because it's useful when you don't want to spend SP to heal. You know, why not? Let's give Mitsuru the Power Enhancer. So our next glowing door is Atenora. This one is, well, at least in my opinion, a little bit more obscure in its origin than Cana. This is also named after a circle of Cocytus in Dante's Divine Comedy. This one is where traitors to one's country are punished, and it's named after Atenor, a character from the Iliad who was an advisor to Priam who, in some accounts of the story, helped let the Greeks into the city, and, as a reward, was spared when they sacked the city. He's not always depicted as a traitor in mythology, though. Essentially, in Dante's Inferno, he just put a bunch of people from mythology / contemporary politics that he didn't like in hell. Anyway. By very long, it's only 25 floors, but that's still longer than anything we've gone through to this point. There is definitely a boss here, but there are also some much tougher enemies, and that's why I grinded, there you are. I was wondering why there was an enemy blip there. So, what do we have? We've got a couple of new enemies. Liberating Idol and Killer Drive. Which is the higher priority to scan first? Okay, so these things here are only weak to light, so I might as well scan a Liberating Idol first. Let me just see, Dominion, you are weak to Dark. Does the Liberating Idol use Dark? No, in fact, it actually uses Hammer-On, so I am perfectly fine switching to, Dominion here. The problem with Hammer-On is it's pretty expensive. You actually look pretty different to your portraits, in your actual 3D model. I think, your portrait in Persona Q looks a lot more like your model. And let's just wait for the scan to go through. Definitely liking having a Hammer on myself, finally. Well, thankfully you blocked that. So, weak to ice, and Mitsuru hasn't gone yet, so that's good. Kinda strange how, Actually, wait, scratch that. I thought for a second that it was the thing weak to light, but it's not. Wouldn't really be weak to light if it used it. Let's go so we can see your awesome victory pose. And yep, that's gone.
You're unworthy of my time.
I love that. That victory pose is certainly worthy of my time. Okay, got 3 5-coin cards. Looking for 5 experience cards, but oh well. I will definitely take that because I'll need to buy more money because it is... Buy more money! Yes, no, buy more armor. I will need more money to buy more armor because armor is expensive. Okay, sorry, there was a slight interruption there, but one thing that I was going to say was that I actually did find a lot of better guns for Aigis. The problem is that I really like the plus 30 SP on the one she has currently, so I want to keep 6 shots at the moment. Here we have, I don't usually see you showing up in only groups of 1, the Flowing Sand. It's going to be a little hard to get a scan in because this thing is weak to everything physical. Like that. It does repel everything magical that isn't instant death, though.
If you say so. I couldn't defeat it. It has multiple weaknesses.
Oh, Yukari has a distress bow. That's interesting. I'd forgotten about that. But yes, multiple weaknesses indeed. Rushing makes short work of them, though you'll have to remember that they do have Tetrakan. Distressed and weak to everything physical is kind of overkill. But oh well. They usually show up in much bigger groups than that. Kind of weird that I only saw one of them there, because usually when you see a one shadow here, it's usually this one particular type of enemy. You'll probably be seeing that soon. Usually bigger groups of enemies like this tend to be the Flowing Sand. You are... Wow, that's a lot of them. Black Raven, which is kind of a normal Raven, isn't it?
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Anyway, these things are all weak to ice, they use fire attacks, and they drain fire. So who here resists / nulls fire? Nobody. Okay, then. I suppose I'll just use whoever has the biggest endurance, which I think is Mod. I'll want to have Mod re-equipped for the auto skills later on, so that's fine. Now, that's kind of expensive. I'm just going to wait, because Mitsuru can handle this if she's smart enough to use Mabufu, or alternatively, if the scan goes through before she gets to go, and then she'll probably use Mabufu. Let's see. No, she's using Marin Karen. Ah, of course. And there's the scan. So yeah, uses fire, has power slash, pretty standard enemy here. I'm just going to rush just so that you don't waste your HP or SP. And just to make sure, Mitsuru is going on knockdown. Actually, wait a minute, I might have to do this myself. I don't think anyone here has Mabufu, so I'll just have to individually Bufala everything. Now, Titania has pretty good agility and luck, so I'm guessing I'll have more, well, luck hitting things with her than with some other things. Doing a little bit more damage too because of the better magic stat on Titania than Black Frost. Yeah, even though I got Black Frost to, I think, like 10 levels higher than his starting level, lower level personas still, in the long run, won't really shape up to higher level personas in terms of their stats. Also, getting a persona up to a much higher level, I would have already said this during the journey, but that has no impact on the level of personas you can make with it in Fusion, because Fusion only takes into account the starting level or base level of the personas involved, not the current level they're at. And basically what it does is, I know that I would have already explained this in the journey, but to say it again, the way that Fusion works is that it takes the average of all of the base levels, and then it... Oh, great, they're going fast. Thought I easily saw where that went. And then it finds the closest level to that average level in the Arcana that's the result of the fusion of the Arcanas that you're using. I hope that made sense. Okay, here's an enemy that I actually wanted to see show up, the Enslaved Beast. I think this was the first Beast-type shadow that appeared during the journey. These things are also weak to ice. And we also have the Hell Knight. The Hell Knight is weak to wind, and it uses Mudor, so I'm going to switch to Mott here. It's also, the Hell Knight, I mean, is immune to every... yes, it's immune to everything physical except Strike. And that missed anyway. As Junpei just demonstrated, it's immune to everything physical except Strike. This is actually not a bad skill if it hits... Actually, they both got hit. Though it's weird that the ball and chain is now acting like a balloon. I've never actually seen these things panic animation before. That's pretty great. Anyway, Drain Fire, Drain Strike, Null Fire, weak to Ice, and it uses Strike and Fire. Annoyingly, it also has Dodge Ice. It's only level 40 though, which is pretty low level for an enemy in this area. Which means it's not really that big of a threat, although it is annoying with the dodge skill on its weakness. And yep, speaking of weakness, the Hell Knight is in fact weak to that. I still like how the Hell Knight looks. And I'm going to go ahead and scan you. And I'm going to go to Titania and attempt to hit the Enslaved Beast's weaknesses, even though it probably won't happen. You really like the fact that you've got Titania now, don't you? You're calling out her name a lot. Okay, you clearly have more endurance than the Ravens, because this is doing a lot less damage.
Good choice. The enemy is down.
I could go for... It's not really like I'm in that much danger here, because both of those things are panicked. Don't want to speak too soon, though. Oh, hey, that's actually outright dead. I wanted to get the scan through on this thing. So it has Mudo and Mamudo, Heat Wave, and Strike is the only physical element that works. That might be doing a decent amount of damage. Yes, it is, but it's not actually down yet, although it's still panicking, so it's really not a threat. Thank you for that, but this is not going to provoke an all-out attack. And you just ended up Gurrowlaying that again. That's aimed at someone who's not immune to it. Please don't. Well, at least I restocked my revival beads. So, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. The problem with this is that... No, firstly, I don't actually have Garu. But Ice still works on you. I'm gonna... Actually, wait, no, does... Fire works on you, and Fire is cheaper, so I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, the reason why Electric and Ice skills are more expensive in terms of SP is because they have status ailments associated with them. Oh, actually, this is really bad, because this means Yukari won't be getting the experience from this, and she needs to level up, because then she'll get Medea Rama, which is a lot better than Medea at this point. Medea is pretty much useless now. Don't really want to get a 5 experience card when Yukari is missing out, but I suppose I'll take it. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you back now, Yukari. Also, the music has got a lot more interesting now. It's had a lot more instruments added to it, and it sounds a lot more intense, but also a lot sadder as well. I actually really like how this sounds when more instruments get added to the song. And now we have you again. I guess I can finally scan you.
I'll scan the target. I need your help.
Even though I know what you're weak to already.
The enemy's off balance. Attack! I won't miss.
I'm guessing, like most drives, you resist everything physical. At least you don't repel Pierce. That would have been bad.
Defeat it.
No scan yet, though. And she's probably just gonna, yeah, physically attack that. That's fine with me.
It seems the
No, okay, you don't resist that, but you do repel strike, so you actually do repel something. And you are weak to light. I remember these things, I think they show up in the final dungeon to Persona Q. I know that there is at least one drive that does, but I forget whether or not it's this thing. And saying one drive reminds me of that weird Microsoft Cloud thing that my computer keeps trying to get me to save things to, even though I don't want to use it, because, yeah. I mean, I do kind of like the idea of backup cloud storage, but if it's the only thing you're saving something to, especially if your computer is defaulting to that, yeah, I really didn't like that at all. Like, I'd often have files where I'd be like, wait a minute, where's this file? I wouldn't be able to find it, and it turns out that it got saved to OneDrive. Don't know if that's still a thing in, Windows 10 or not, because my computer that I'm using at the moment is still on Windows 8, and yeah, it's a very, very old computer, at least by the standards of computers, so, it's definitely showing its age, and I will probably be getting a new system, hopefully soon. Like, I desperately hope soon, because this one has scared me with almost dying way more times than I'd like. I should probably just rush this thing, because none of us have strike attacks.
good luck, everyone.
And I really don't want to waste a Hummer on something this close to being dead. I still like the concept of this area, though. We didn't really get to see much of it the first time it appeared, so this is an area that I'm fine with being reused. This battle went on long enough that your auto buff were off.
My will is...
And I think I'm gonna have... Yukari on... Yeah, I'm gonna have Yukari heal, because there are more things weak to ice here than they are weak to wind. And I should probably just leave this floor now. There's really not that much, although that thing there might be one of the new enemy types that I want to show off, so let's go ahead and try and fight it. I do have a lot of floors to go through, and it is one of the things that I wanted to show off. This is the thing that usually shows up as single shadows in this area, Minotaur 4. This thing is also weak to ice, and it's, actually, wait a minute, is it weak to ice or is it weak to fire? Minotaur 4. No, it is weak to fire, and it uses ice attacks. I got confused for a second. I think Titania is yes, you are resistant to ice, so let's go ahead and switch to you. I can probably go ahead and Agilao you, because you have a lot of HP. You're not going to go down to 1 all-out attack. For something that looks so physically based, it has Mind Charge and ice attacks. Though it also has some physical attacks, too. It's also weird how you often see the higher number of Minotaur enemies before you see the lower numbers. Again. Should probably be putting you on full assault so you don't do that. Yeah, weak to fire and has pretty much what I said, but that is a lot of HP. Well, at least Junpei can hit its weakness. Even though he's not that great with magic, it still means that he can knock things down that are weak to fire. That's the main use of Junpei's fire skills. Well, and Koromaru's really, because his magic isn't that great either. That's part of why I like Cert so much in the journey, because at least before you get better fire using personas, because none of the fire-based party members you have are particularly good with magic, so having something that actually does decent damage with fire, rather than just has fire attacks for the purpose of knocking things down, can be pretty useful sometimes. That was definitely not a perfect victory at all. I'm kind of tempted by that 5 sword card, but I think I'll take the experience. The experience card that didn't move at all. Okay, good. You now have Mediarama.
My skill level has increased.
Any chests around here? Looking for chests. Doesn't seem like it. I'm just going to head for the stairs. So yeah, I know that this is probably getting a little bit repetitive, but I hope that you guys are enjoying this still. I hope that I'm able to keep the commentary being entertaining. I may have to go on tangents occasionally, but I'm going to think about things that I can talk about in further areas. There is a lot that I want to discuss when it comes to the answer in general, but I don't want to do it yet because that would be kind of jumping the gun. Believe me, later on I will be talking in detail about what the answer did to Yukari and why I feel that it is complete assassination of her character, but it's a little too early to mention that now, because she doesn't, like, if you can believe me, we have not seen the worst of her yet. Hey, that actually worked, wow. And there's your level up. I don't know why it came later than everyone else. Well, I do think... I thought you were on the other side of the room for a second there. And you are at least a new thing that I want to show off, so that's good. What I was going to say there is that while I do think that the answer pretty much ruins Yukari,
Give me a sec.
unlike a lot of other people, I don't feel like it ruins some of the other characters. In particular, like, I've heard people say that it actually ruined Junpei's character development. I really don't think so. Junpei is still pretty much the voice of reason of the party, which is a far cry from what he was at the start of the journey. So, I still think that Junpei kept most of his character developments.
Very nice. Here's our chance.
I don't want to do that, even though that would be funny. Because I want to get the scan through on you.
Last one. Don't let your
Why is the scan not happening? It should have happened by now.
Couldn't finish it up.
Give me a sec.
Maybe I
I'll
forgot to
scan the
actually
target.
scan it? Let's see if it happens in a couple of turns or so. Mabufu, which is fine. Nobody here is weak to that. There we go.
Seems like it's weak against fire.
So another thing here that's weak to fire. The strange thing is that it has Ghastly Wail, but it has no way of inflicting fear. If it shows up in combination with an enemy that can inflict fear, I guess that's kind of dangerous, but I don't know if there's anything else on this floor that has fear attacks. I really don't. So going back onto my other topic, I kind of feel like, in terms of other characters who the answer maybe ruins their development, the only one that I can really think of is Akihiko.
You've surprised them.
And even then, I don't think he's anywhere near as ruined as he is in, I mean, I don't even think he's ruined in the answer, I just think that he's occasionally, a little bit hot-headed. But he's nowhere near as bad as he is in, Persona 4 Arena and Persona Q. You know what the heck, might as well get Thoth. So, besides the purple shadow and the gold shadow here, there's actually only 2 enemy types that we haven't seen yet. You turned around a little bit, too late. And that's one of them, the Killer Twins.
3 enemies. Give me a sec. I'll
Killer
scan the
Twins
target.
are also weak to fire, but these things use Zeo skills, so I probably don't want to have Titania out for very long. I don't want to go for Virus Breath because that's way too expensive. I'm just gonna straight up... I noticed the X just a second after I pressed the attack button, so that was dumb.
I failed to finish it off.
Yeah, well, we know we are hitting Knight there because it's weak to that. Okay, come on, Twin Scan, or did I forget to actually do the scan like I did last time?
Yukari-chan defeated. It's
Okay, no I didn't. Okay, so, yeah, weak to fire, uses Zeo, really not that much noteworthy about you. Except Yukari's weak to that. Your Dodge Elec accessory didn't really work there. And it didn't work again. I would switch to Titania and do Mediarama, but I can't really do that because Titania is also weak to their element, so... Junpei's going too late to make use of that. In fact, I actually have to switch to Titania anyway, but hopefully she doesn't miss either of
2
them.
more enemies to go. I need your help. Good choice. The enemy is down.
Yeah, I suppose that is one downside of Titania compared to Black Frost, is that Black Frost's one elemental weakness is not a particularly common one, whereas Titania's is to a, well, one of the standard elements. The thing is, though, Titania does have Mind Charge and much better stats and healing, so, well, better healing than Black Frost did. So, I feel like, yeah, probably using her is better off in the long run. I'm gonna go for the experience. Ragda was tempting there, though. And level 49. Fuka should actually be getting pretty close to learning her next skill, because that happens at level 50, and Fuka usually levels up at around the same rate the protagonist does. 1 bead. Yeah, that's not exactly the best reward out there for a gold chest. I'm only a couple of floors in and I've already spent a lot of Igus's SP, so I should probably be careful here. I think I'll just head down to the next floor. Because I think the boss should be around floor 9 or 10. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I do know that this area only has 10 floors. As in, the first area of this door, well, that's pretty lucky. Eye of Ice. That is greatly increased dodge rate against ice, I believe, so that's going to be for Akihiko, hopefully. Oh, okay, I was talking about the gold shadows earlier. This should be a new one, except it's getting away, and it's gone, yeah. Thought it would go. Oh well. It's a new one, but they're really all the same. Once you've seen one gold shadow, you've pretty much seen them all. Another thing that I should be sure to watch out for is that Titania has low endurance, which could come back to bite me. We'll see. So, I'm just checking. I think there is... Yeah, no, there is one more type of enemy here that I haven't seen yet. And this is another one of those situations where medical powder helps save on SP for healing. Want to make sure Igus is fully healed at all times, because, you know, this is effectively hard mode. So, you really don't want to be caught with slightly less than full health, because then a multi-hitting attack can potentially destroy you. And we still haven't seen that one enemy that I need to show up. I actually got you before you saw me, that was good. That wasn't it either. I should also mention that the purple... Medusa, that's interesting. The purple shadow here, I haven't seen it before. It sounds really annoying. Okay, I'll probably switch off of that after I get to the boss, but for the moment, I want to keep my plus 30 SP. But the purple shadow here, haven't actually seen it show up yet, but it sounds really annoying. It has no weaknesses, and it also has Media Rahan, so it can fully heal itself or other enemies.
Yes! My skill level has increased.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let me check what your next ability is. It's probably something Magaru related. Yeah, Magarula at level 46. That's fine. Mediarama is pretty much all we need for the moment. I think I'm just going to find the stairs for now, though I don't think I've actually seen them yet, so we're going to be searching around a little bit longer. Stairs could have been down there, but I'm going to check the non-shadow paths first. Oh, yeah, I want that. I'm going to... Can I get you around the... Well, I can get you around the corner, but you saw me before, and you're not in... I think that's a regenerate item.
My skill level
I'll check. But anyway, for an area based off of corroded gold, I'm certainly getting a lot of gold chests. One snuff soul. Let me just check that. I think that earth badge is a regenerate. It restores a little bit of HP every turn. You know, I might as well put that on Igus for now. I know there's like a space badge that's even better. Can I get height advantage on you? Not really. And you saw me. Okay, that's nice. Let's keep going. Gonna have to brave this part. Are you the enemy that we haven't seen yet? We're already getting distressed enemies, though. That should tell you something. I really hope that Mitsuru uses Mabufu here. You know, seeing this regenerate skill in play, it makes me really want an invigorate skill. That'd definitely be useful. Well, I know that's a dead end, but, Well, the stairs are right past you. I'm probably going to have to fight. So we have... Wow, you actually look pretty cool. I don't think you were in the journey at all. Affection Relic.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Like I said, these things have no weaknesses, and they have, yeah, they have Diarahan. I don't know if they use light or not. I'm kind of worried they might. I'm going to keep Titania in for now. Probably don't want to risk Rebellion. Or should I? I know that the Relic-type enemies can do that Iron Maiden-type physical attack, but... this is gonna be really... potentially risky, but... seeing as you have no weaknesses...
I'll show you my true power.
I'm pretty sure you're immune to that. No, you're not. Okay, then.
Won't give up. This ends now.
Let's see if you're immune to this. Actually does quite a bit of damage.
It seems piercing attacks don't work.
Drain Pierce. Okay, then. And immune to instant death. And it does have Garudyne, so I should probably equip something that's immune to wind. And Tentarafu, yeah, Dear Rahan. That's the main annoying part. And you can't instant death them either, so... you've got to quickly kill these things, otherwise bad things will happen. See, that one is a little bit low on health, so kind of want to go for it. Do I have anything here that I know you resist wind? You're weak to wind. And actually, Mod is strong against wind. But your attacks aren't really that great against them, especially since they drain Pierce, so I guess can't attack them physically. Actually, probably shouldn't have used that Rebellion, because only 2 of our party members can actually make use of that. I'm gonna go for Aguilau. Might even need to use that Snuff Soul.
I'll show you my true power.
Okay, there's that again. That's probably gonna prompt that one to use Media Rahan, though. Nope, it's gonna use Tentarafu. Oh, it looks even cooler underneath the, like, on the inside. And, I guess it's now useless. Speaking of useless. Well, at least Junpei's back on his feet now. And I guess the Rebellion did help. Goodbye. And now, let's see if you do decent damage to this one. Actually, not bad damage to that one. And like I said, I guess is now useless, but I can at least tell Mitsuru not to be dumb.
Leave it to me.
And do I have anything... I mean, that will dispel it, but I have such low SP that I don't think it's... Or I can do one of these. I want to save my Mega Dollar on Gem for later. Oh, Yukari's going next. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use...
Two more enemies
I'm going
to
to
go.
use an Aguilau Gem, because I already have quite a few personas that have this. That's another use of the gem items. They can be used to still do magical damage while you're in panic status. And, yeah, it was not enough. Thought so. At least Mitsuru is not going to be an idiot for much longer, and you're probably... Nope, you're not going to Dear Rahan. You know, I'm actually okay with Mitsuru getting hit with that. Not okay with Yukari being hit by that, though, because that means she's kind of useless. And crit rate's back. Do I have any Mart gems? I have a Mabufu gem. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Take this. One enemy left.
Last one.
Now, I hope these things give enough experience to be worth fighting. So yeah, Yukari is totally useless while she's in this status, and I am totally fine with Junpei being hit by that. I'm not fine with your attack and critical rate reverting, though.
I failed to finish it off.
But yeah, I want you two fully physically attacking anyway, so I'm fine with you not being able to use your personas.
Damn. Couldn't finish it off.
Okay, nope, not still under this
Careful,
status.
Yukari-chan can't use her persona.
Which means she is totally useless. And of course, Yukari is going next. You know, if I hit that thing, it's just going to Dear Rahan again, so... I think I'm just going to... I think now is the time to use a... Where is it? There we go.
Take this.
Mainly for Yukari.
I won't lose.
But this thing's probably going to just Dear Rahan anyway.
Couldn't defeat it.
And... Yep, it's Dear Rahaning.
This ends now.
So yeah, this fight is going on for a while.
Such persistence.
Remember how I said earlier these enemies were annoying? I mean, admittedly, they do look very cool, and obviously take Rush off before Aegis' turn, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Because you'll end up healing them. And healing something that already has Medirahan is, well, I mean, we just want to make sure this thing just doesn't heal. It already is annoying with healing as it is. Okay, I like the fact that you did that. I don't like the fact that Junpei is now down. But hopefully I'll be able to finish you before you use Medirahan again. I'm running extremely low on SP, though. If this doesn't finish you, Yukari will do it. But it finished you, so that's fine.
All enemies defeated.
So let's see how much, well... Oh, no experience card. I guess I can get a good idea of the base experience value of these things and see if they're worth it or not. As a base experience value, that's not bad. So if you get an experience card on them, they'd probably be worth quite a lot. I think I need to heal Mitsuru, though, and I'll need to use items for it because I'm running out of SP badly. And I've still got quite a few floors to go through, and there is still one enemy type that we haven't seen yet. But we have seen at least the Purple Shadow. Getting closer to the powerful enemies. Note that Fuka said powerful enemies plural, because this boss is yet another group, like most of the bosses so far. I'd laugh so much if that was another rare chest. I will definitely take early stairs, because I'm just running way too low on SP right now. You're a shadow, you're also a shadow. You are, I'm not going to go for that. There's a lot of mist in that direction. Does that mean the stairs? No, it means a dead end. I thought it would be a dead end. So I'm going to have to fight you. Let's see what you are. You are not the thing that I wanted you to be.
There are 4 enemies.
That's also a dead end. It's either down there or... No, wait, I already knew that was a dead end. It's kind of annoying that the map doesn't directly correspond to your line of sight, which means that, yeah, fine. Junpei, you blocked me from running away! Okay, at least you're spending your first turn buffing rather than actually attacking. I'm definitely glad I grinded, though, because the enemies here don't seem to be as much of a threat as the ones in the last area. So let's just move on. Forget the fact that Junpei completely blocked me then. That's a very close enemy, but there's the stairs. Hang on a minute. No, that's the exit point. I thought I saw the gold chest there, but like I was saying, it's annoying that the map doesn't directly correspond to your line of sight, because, like, for example, I saw that there was a dead end with a chest in that last floor, but the map didn't reveal that, so I went back and was like, oh, I haven't explored here, and then, yeah, that was the dead end with the chest that I saw before. That's actually pretty good for Metis, I believe. Okay, stairs, good. Let's keep going. And, okay, yeah, the next floor should be the save point. So, I'm just gonna try and... hello there, other Purple Shadow. I mean, those things probably aren't that bad to get a preemptive strike by, because they're more supportive than actually offensive, but... Oh. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. I've got a lot of gold chests this run. And they always seem to be guarded by this exact combination of enemies.
Mano a mano. Let's do this.
It is funny because he is saying this to literal hands. I'll take the weapon card. Eye of Wind. Actually, oh, I do like Junpei's Auto Rakukaja though. That's interesting. That's... Oh, I think I remember reading about this. I thought these were on one of the boss floors, but it looks like they're on a regular floor. So there are actually chests, I think, all over this floor containing everybody's summer and, I think, winter outfits. So I'm actually just going to keep exploring around this floor because that's not good. Yeah, I remember reading this. There were chests containing the outfits, and that's also a dead end. Don't know if they're fixed or if they're actually random. No, I think they, like, because I mean, this number of gold chests showing up in a single floor definitely couldn't be a coincidence.
There's one enemy.
Hello, easy rush fodder. Okay, let's see if my theory is correct by checking the contents of this chest. Winter outfit Ken, yes, it's always the winter and summer outfits on this floor. But I guess, like only a set number of them spawn every time you come here, so you have to grind this floor if you want all of them. That's kind of interesting, I guess. If I remember right, though, those outfits are actually decent armor, so... Yeah, they definitely are, but that is, that's giving up your extra, like, the extra stat boost from that, but 100 base defense, and only Junpei can use that, so I might as well give that to you now. Doesn't actually change your portrait, though, to your summer portrait, and yeah, the other one that I found was for Ken. So yeah, that actually does happen during the answer occasionally. You'll find floors that will always spawn chests that contain either special outfits or, in some cases, special weapons. Later on, you'll find the joke weapons in chests like that, and even the ultimate weapons. Yeah, that's the way that you get the ultimate... Like, some people have been asking how you get the ultimate weapons in this game due to there being no weapon fusion, but yeah, they show up just like this. There's one floor in the final area of the answer that the gold chests there always contain ultimate weapons. But anyway, I'm definitely going to save here. I'll be back, and this next boss is probably going to be a bit of a challenge, because it's a group of 3, they all cover each other's weaknesses quite well, and they also change tactics drastically when they're the last one left on the field. Change tactics in a way that is, like, devastating to you. They'll start using full targeting, very powerful physical attacks. I'll talk about that more once we get to the boss, so I'll see you then.